Hello everybody, my name is Douglas Sterner with Rocky Mountain Productions. I want to thank you for tuning in to our web broadcast of Legends of Comedy Salutes Our Veterans. This is our July installment of Legends of Comedy, shot appropriately in Pueblo, Colorado, the home of heroes. Now all the comics you are about to see are either active duty, prior veterans, or close family of veterans. Except for of course that Chinese guy, Steve Lee. Somehow or another he managed to sneak in and steal the headliner spot. But he did an awesome job. And speaking of awesome, Cam F. Awesome, another comedian who is not an active duty or veteran, but he's on the national boxing team. Actually, he's a team captain and an Olympic hopeful. He did awesome that night. You're definitely not going to want to miss his set of the night, in my opinion. I want to give a special thanks to all of our comics, myself, Mr. Andrew Ingram, Joshua Bush, Robert Washington, our feature comic, Marco Alvarado, of course, as mentioned, Cam F. Awesome. My father, Doug Sterner, had an amazing set, Mike Murphy, and our headliner, Mr. Steve Lee. So without any further delay, I bring you Legends of Comedy, Salutes Our Veterans.
And I got that damn CRS disease. Can't remember shit. Yeah, so I kind of need some help with that. What's really bad is I recently started a new job, and I have a couple of my coworkers here. And you know, starting a new job at my age is hard, because I don't remember things as good as I used to. I keep forgetting things all the time. They get so frustrated with me. So finally, I read on the internet that sniffing rosemary actually improves your memory. So I started sniffing rosemary at work. Turns out that's sexual harassment. Guess I was supposed to get her permission first. I mean, who knew? You know, I didn't know. Can't blame me, right? But it was kind of helping. But I liked the job okay. Last week they had an employee appreciation day, and they asked all of us employees to bring something baked. So I brought my son. So our very first comedian, let's give it up for my son, Pfunny Douglas.
All right, legends, how we doing? That ain't quite good enough. I'm the first guy. You're supposed to be energetic. How we doing, legends? But no, I was sitting my wife aside the other day, and I was explaining to her why, you know, we respect our veterans so much, you know, because all the sacrifices they make for us. I was telling her, you know, they're always away from their families. They're in battle-torn areas where they could die. The next week, she had me signed up to join the fucking Marines. I didn't get in, though. I couldn't pass the test. Not the ASVAB, the drug test. I'm kind of worried about broadcasting this video to the troops because, like, they're going to watch this shit and see me and be like, I'm fighting for this shit. Well, the closest I've ever been to being in the military is being in jail. I learned how to make my bed really good. The closest I've ever been to being in a war zone was being in the east side last week. And the closest I've been to being, like, taking orders from my superior was when my wife told me to take out the trash yesterday. So definitely not a military guy. I have been in jail a few times, actually more times than the average black man. That ain't racist, that's a statistic. I have looked this shit up on Wikipedia, it's true as a motherfucker. But all the times I've been in jail, though, I'll always remember the first time. It was surprising. Matter of fact, it was downright shocking. I got my first cavity search ever. The shocking part was it was performed by an inmate named Paco. Now, Paco didn't find anything, but we still talk. Matter of fact, he just poked me the other day on Facebook. Brought back some shitty memories, I have to admit. No, but to be real with you guys, I've never actually been raped all the times I've been in jail. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm starting to think, like, maybe there's something wrong with me. You know? It's not like I want that, but it'd feel nice to feel wanted. It's fucked up because, like, all the worst times I was in jail was the last time. I went to jail for 5 weeks. I came out, my wife was pregnant. Yeah, doctor said 4 to 6 weeks. I'm like, which is it, doctor, 4 or 6? Timing makes a pretty big difference in this situation. So I do have a baby girl. Can I get some love for that? And making babies, it just makes me happy because it just proves that rice and ramens aren't the only thing I can make in under a minute. I make babies. I'm a dad, but definitely ain't no good dad. Ain't getting no Dad of the Year awards. The other day my wife was like, put the baby's diaper on. I was like, there ain't no way that's gonna fit me. The other day my wife was all excited. She's like, oh my God, the baby got 2 teeth. I'm like, let me know when she gets a job. I always thought the best thing about getting really baked all the time was nobody ever asked me to babysit their kids. It's like I'm getting better though, like I'm growing up. I know this because I finally found something in my life more important than weed. I know, right? Well, what happened was my daughter, she came home from the hospital. She was just fine. Doc said she had a little bit of jaundice, put a little bit of light on her, she said. I used the only light I had. My grow lamp. Don't worry, guys, the baby's doing fine. Growing like a fucking weed, too. Matter of fact, last I checked, she was up to 78 ounces. Also, having a baby in the house, I thought it would be important to, research my heritage. You know what I mean? Because you want to pass that stuff on to your families, We don't know where we're going unless we know where we've been kind of thing. But it's frustrating for me, though, because, okay, I'm Caucasian. Now, I didn't even know what the fuck Caucasian was, to be first off with you guys. So I Googled it. I Googled Caucasia. I got a bunch of Chinese dick pics. I'm a 30-year-old pizza boy, and that makes it pretty bad to where I'm really poor. I'm actually so poor I ran out of gas the other day. Now, normally that don't sound like shit. I drive a moped. It cost $3 to fill the damn thing, I could have got home with 25 cents with a pit stop at the weed shop, and that was pushing it up the hill, fucking quarterless. High as fuck, though. But no, like I said, I work at a pizza place, and it could be worse because I'm actually a manager there. So that's nice, but sometimes as a manager, I look at myself and the people that I manage, and I think we must be some sorry motherfuckers if I'm the most qualified to lead this place. I ain't gonna say where I work, but do drop in sometime. A couple people in the audience just figured out why it takes 45 minutes to get a pizza. For all my out-of-towners, I work at the place called Do Drop In, so you guys can be included in that joke too. All right. As a pizza boy, sometimes some cool things happen, but you find the irony in it. One time, we all know who Tommy Chong is. Tommy Chong came to eat at my restaurant. Now, when the boss found out about this, he's all fucking excited. Tommy Chong's coming to eat at my restaurant. And I'm sitting there like, really? Now it's cool to be a pothead? Shit wasn't so cool 2 weeks ago when he caught me out back, getting high as fuck by the dumpster. Still ain't getting my pipe back. I'm going to end it on this one because this kind of tells you a lot about where my life is going. We got some young dishwashers that work with us. These little kids, this one guy. We're all real proud of him, 18 years old, just graduated from East High School. And then he decided to have his graduation party there at the restaurant. Very fucking cool. And then he gave us all a piece of his cake, which was even cooler because it was the first time any of the cooks at Do Drop In had ever ate graduation cake before. I'm Doug Sterling. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, without any further ado, I want to introduce our next comedian. This guy served in the Army as a photojournalist for 5 years. He did a tour in Iraq, and he comes to us from Colorado Springs. Let's give a really big round of applause for Andrew Ingram.
Thanks, Pam. What's going on, guys? Hi, I'm Andrew. A little bit about me up top. I'm the world's laziest adrenaline junkie. I don't jump out of airplanes or run with bulls or swim with sharks. I just let the tags on my car expire and then drive around the city looking for cops. It's actually the only way I can get aroused now. It's a real problem. Yeah. I made the decision a couple weeks ago that I love Doritos more than sex. Look, that's just what I tell Doritos when we're alone in bed together every night, all right? Hey, we got a lot of folks in the crowd tonight. Has anybody here ever been on like a health cleanse? Oh wait, this is Pueblo. Never mind. No, look. For those of you who don't know, a cleanse is when you just like drink water or juice. There's the master cleanse. That one is pretty famous. But I think they're a slippery slope. You start out doing the master cleanse, then you get on like a water and vitamin cleanse. Next thing you know, you're on an ethnic cleanse. And yeah. Somebody liked that joke a little too much. Like everybody's, oh, that was pretty good. Somebody's still laughing. All right, guys, look, comedy's a tough game, man. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything, and I've been doing it about a year. I clock in between 30 and 40 minutes of stage time a week. So I did the math, and I'm going to be Louis C.K. level expert comedian in approximately 356 years. Yeah. I'm going to go on a big stadium tour. You're all on the guest list. If you're still alive. Listen, guys, I did serve in the military for 5 years, and I'm very grateful for my time in the military. I'm mostly, though, grateful for the relationships and the friendships I made while I was in the service. And we used to play this game. You probably haven't heard of it. It's called I Bet You Won't. The rules of the game are very simple. It's much like Truth or Dare. Basically, you think of the most painful or heinous or troubling thing you can, and then you tell your buddies to do it, adding the words, I bet you won't. Now, that sounds pretty dumb, but I've seen that those three little words make otherwise sane young men do completely batshit insane things. Like, I saw somebody do push-ups in traffic. I saw a guy with 2 years sobriety double-fisting pitchers of beer because somebody said, I bet you won't. I saw a guy get a picture of a dick tattooed on his upper thigh because somebody said, I bet you won't. Yeah. And if you give me $10, I'll show you. No, I'm kidding, of course. I did not get a picture of a dick tattooed on my thigh. I do know a guy that did that. I did something worse. I married a sociopath in large part because one of my drunk buddies just came, hey, bro, you know that chick you've been hailing? I bet you won't marry her. Oh, the hell I won't! City Hall, motherfuckers, let's go! God, she was crazy. How crazy was she, do you ask? I'll tell you, supernaturally crazy. Like comic book villain levels of insanity. I'm talking Arkham Asylum Batman villain crazy, okay? Oh, man. This woman lied, she cheated, she took pills, but I couldn't leave her because she was mentally ill, and you can't leave a sick person. Thank God she cheated on me, though, because that was a get-out-of-jail-free card. Yeah. She cheated on me with one of my best friends, a guy I went to war with. And that was fucked up. But then he knocked her up. And now he's stuck with her forever. Forever, you guys, and I'm free! Yeah. Oh, that was silly. That's a bad joke. That's dumb. Hey, you guys, do you guys like the beach? I know we live in Colorado, but are you guys into the beach? Yeah? I'm not. The beach is terrifying. The ocean is full of monsters. I'm pretty sure that magic is still a thing under the ocean, right? Because you've got unicorns down there, and they're not little fairy horses. They're goddamn narwhals. Narwhals, 2-ton whales with giant horns. Scientists don't know what those horns are for, you guys. I do. Magic. They're for magic. Krakens are a thing. Colossal squids that we've never caught on film. We've never seen a dead one, but we know they exist because they choke out the narwhals. We've seen dead narwhals with giant sucker marks on them. Yeah. But the most terrifying thing in the ocean, as far as I'm concerned, is the immortal jellyfish. Look it up, you guys. It's a real thing. A jellyfish that will not die of natural causes. Now, I don't care how dumb you think jellyfish are. If it lives long enough, it will get smarter than us. And I don't know about you. I'm not serving any jellyfish overlords. So I've been hoarding my urine. And I suggest all of you do the same. It's the only way we can fight back. It's the only weapon we have. Okay, I'm going to do one more, guys. We've been having a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. That's a weird place to laugh. I hope you've been having fun. I've been having fun. I feel like that was sarcastic laughter, and I don't appreciate it. You guys, I am a devout meat eater. I am not a vegetarian by any stretch of the imagination. However, I do respect vegetarians' viewpoints, mainly because I feel like I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I've never killed anything, you guys. I've never killed anything larger than a spider, but I eat meat every day, and I kind of think that's bullshit. So, here's what I suggest. Every year in the 3rd grade, if, I know we're in Pueblo, if you make it that far. Every year in the 3rd grade, the children of America will go on a field trip to a farm, and they'll learn about the animals and how to grow crops and nutrition and eating healthy, and it'll be a great day. And then at the end of the day, they'll all line up and they'll snap a chicken's neck and they'll shoot a nail gun into a baby cow's brain. Now, that's pretty horrifying, but look at it this way. If the kid can't do it, they get to be a vegetarian for the rest of their lives. I think this is fair, okay? If they're crying, they can't do it, that's fine. That's fine. You're not in trouble. You just don't get to eat meat anymore. But if you like it, if you are laughing while you kill poor little heifer, well, we know you're a psychopath, and we get you the help you need. We're making America healthier, and we're getting rid of killers early, you guys. So here, write your congressman. I think this is a good plan, and that's all I'm going to do tonight, guys. So my name's Andrew. You've been great. Thanks a lot.
Well, our next comedian also has served our country. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can make sure that I tell you exactly what he did. He is an Operation Enduring Freedom veteran. He was, yeah, awesome, huh? He was in the Army. He was a mechanic. Yeah, the Army's really showing up tonight, I'm telling you what. He was a mechanic, and he said that he was attached to the 1st and the 25th Stryker Brigade. Let's give it up all the way from Colorado Springs to our next comedian, Mike Murphy.
Hey, everybody get up for Pam, man. This is great. A veteran show, for real. Give it up for her. There it is. It's crazy because right before my set, she was letting me know that I had to go on, and she's like tugging at her ear and shit. I was like, I think she's a 3rd Big Coast. Pam, I've stolen a 1/3 of people's shit more times than you can imagine. I don't need a signal. Yeah, so like she said, I did 4.5 years in the Army, 3 of which were in Fairbanks, Alaska. Anybody from Alaska? Yeah. We got one? God damn, man, you made it? Oh, man, awesome. But so in Alaska, you have 2 choices. They call it the 3 Baby Tour or the Alcoholics Tour. So I got drunk as shit and decided I'm going to impregnate a whole bunch of condoms. This is one of those tales. So back when MySpace was famous, so I put my business on MySpace. I'm hollering at every chick in Alaska, which is terrible. Terrible. Don't tell my kids about this. But so I find this chick on MySpace, and I take her to my friend Baker's house. And my favorite thing that Baker used to say to his son was, "Boy, you better sit back before you get smacked." I was like, all right, bet. So I'm going to go to Baker's house with this underage bitch in Alaska. Bitch, I don't mean that personally. She's a bitch. So, anyways, we go to Baker's house and we're getting drunk as hell, and she asked me for some, it's called R&R whiskey. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was some nasty shit. And she starts chugging back on it. Bam, bam, bam. I'm like, all right, she knows what she's doing. Next thing I know, she goes limp. I'm talking about like Geppetto didn't show up to work. You know, she's like, I look at Baker. He said, Murph, you need to get her out of here. No shit, Baker. But no shit. Obviously, I need to get her out of here. Like, so I take her downstairs, put her in the car, start the car. I come back upstairs, and I'm like, Bake, I got the best idea ever. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm going to take her to the barracks and let her sleep it off. He said, Murph, you're an idiot. That is stupid. I was like, all right, bet. I got another good idea. Run down the stairs. I take the car and I run straight to Safeway. It's about 9:30 at night in Alaska. And if you ain't never been to Alaska, everything closes at like fucking 8. Like, God, even the Nazis stayed open later than that shit. So, smelling salts. You guys ever watch movies? Anybody ever watch a movie where they break that stick? It's like, oh, I'm back to reality. It's like, yo, I'm going to ask the pharmacist for that shit. I run there, and they got those cages down, like there's black people in the store. So I was like, well, I guess they won't sell me smelling salts. So I go to the cleaning aisle, and I grab ammonia. You guys ever smell ammonia? Let's do it. It sucks. So I grab ammonia, and I grab some cotton balls. I'm sitting in line, mind you, it's 9:30, and everything's already closed. The dude's like, hey, you sure you don't want some duct tape? I was like, nah, bro, I got some of that clear tape at the, oh, no, it's not that. It's not that. It was that. So I run to the car, run in the car, I pour ammonia on my hand. It's like I poured that shit on my hand. Like the cuts on my hand were burning. I poured it. And I was like, hey, held it right under her nose. It's like right here. Yo, she did not move. Like, can you believe that? Like a handful of ammonia, she did not move. I didn't even think it was possible because I was like, okay, that's bullshit. I smell it and I violently throw up. It's about 20 feet. But the problem is that the window was rolled up in the car. I'm not proud. So we get back in the car, and I'm like, man, I need to wake her up somehow. And I think in my head, once again, I'm not proud. Slap her. You know what I'm saying? Rakete. I'm just slapping the brakes off her. She's not waking. Oh, like, y'all don't listen to Chris Brown's music? I'm okay. There it is. We got some Chris Brown friends in the house. But, like, I was just slapping her, and she was okay with that. You know, it's whatever. She finally woke up, and I'm like, hey, girl, stay awake. Oh, my God, just please stay awake. Oh, God. And she stayed awake. The whole way we're driving, I'm just driving. Stay awake. Stay awake. But so we get to her house, and she was underage. I told you, I was 21. She was 19, so she was like above age, but underage. I'm not like Jared Fogle. Don't look at me like that. Yes. Oh, man. So I pull up to her door, and like a gentleman, I walk her to the door while she's mildly awake. And I stand her up at the door, and I ring the doorbell like 16 times. And I run out like it's the Dukes of Hazzard. I slide over the hood. I drive the fuck off. Needless to say, we dated for 3 months. She's a good gal. She knows when to go to sleep. The last thing I got to tell you guys is that recently I was unemployed, but I got back working in the dispensary game, so I sell weed, man. Not out my house. I have a job. But I recently bought my 10th car. Isn't that cool? 10 cars? I like the number 10. It means something. So I bought my 10th car, and my wife, I'm like, hey, come see the dream. Come follow the movement. And she rolls her eyes. like an asshole. Basically, I have a family full of assholes. Should be born in the toilet. But, so I go downstairs and show her the 10 cards. Like I said, she rolls her eyes, and I'm like, babe, this is the dream. This is what we've been living our whole lives for, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, almost dropped them. And she just looks at me so sternly and says, if you don't turn off Grand Theft Auto 5 and get a fucking job, I'm gonna leave you. So 72 hours of gaming doesn't equate to hard work? Like, what'd you do yesterday? Go to work? Fucking loser. And I just want to thank Pam Sterner, everybody for having me here. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to the next funny person.
Awesome. Wow. So I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about the people on the internet, if they're tired of this or not, but I am sick and tired of those fracking commercials. You know, the fracking commercials where the gal goes, I've never fracked before. I'm going, great, another fracking virgin. And then she has to go and say, how many wells have been fracked? We don't know. Not everybody fracks and tells. And then there's always the part where she goes, how many people does it take to frack a well? Well, it only takes one. But fracking can be a lot more fun when more people are involved. So bring all your friends and your neighbors, even if all they want to do is watch you frack the well. And then the other question is always, how deep does fracking go? Depends on the size of the drill. And the color, yeah. It seems like the darker drills go much deeper, I don't know. Some of those lighter drills barely penetrate the surface of the well. I'm just saying. Is it true that fracking actually produces more energy? Some people, especially the drill operators, think that fracking actually depletes energy. And then the question I really like is, does fracking get anywhere near our drinking water? Some people do have their drinking water at the fracking site. But don't worry, because the chemicals produced by fracking are actually safe enough to swallow. So that's pretty cool. At this point in our program, I would like to pay tribute to all of our veterans in the audience. So if you have ever served or are serving, would you please stand up? Anybody who has served or is currently serving, don't be shy. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you very much. Now, I would like to have you guys keep on standing. And if you are a family member of someone who is serving or has served, would you stand up next to these veterans because you too have also served? Let's give a big hand for our veterans and our families of veterans. Awesome. Great job, everybody. So the reason why I wanted to tell the fracking jokes is because our next comedian is fracking awesome. Well, at least I think that's what the F stands for. It's Cam F Awesome. So I think that must be Cam Fracking Awesome. I'm not sure. But there's some really good stuff you need to know about him. Number one, he is captain of the United States national boxing team. Yeah. He is not a veteran, but he's serving his country in other ways, and he has done bouts all around the world. I was looking up on YouTube. He's been in like Japan and all kinds of really neat places. So really super awesome person, very patriotic. And he is originally from New York, most recently from Kansas City. But he is currently in Colorado Springs for just a couple of weeks, training here at the U.S. Olympic Center. So that's why we happen to have him here tonight. Let's give it up for Cam F. Awesome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Let's give it up for Kanye West, who just left the stage. I get that introduction a lot. And it's kind of frustrating. It's like coming to the stage. If you don't laugh at his jokes, he'll fuck you up. He'll beat your ass, take your wife, and raise your kids as his own. Coming to the stage, Cam. And I'm not that aggressive. It's gonna be pretty disappointing because I don't have a lot of boxing jokes. Like Doug. Doug's a pizza dude. He has like pizza jokes, but if I was a pizza dude and I delivered pizzas on a moped door to door, I wouldn't come on stage and say knock knock jokes, would I? I get a lot of the same questions with boxing, and they're like, you don't feel bad punching someone? You don't feel bad knocking someone out? No, I don't. If my mom was in the ring, I'd knock the bitch out. But, whoa. I'm a decent human being. I'm not gonna punch her in the face. Just sit down with a good, nice shot to the C-section scar I gave her. Oh. What? People are like, so you're a boxer? I'm like, yeah. They're like, are you good? Because you sound white. Which is kind of fucked up, white people, because sounding white's a compliment to you. Like, hey, you sound white. Unless it has something to do with sports. And I realize there's very few positive black stereotypes. And we can all name them. She just said the fracking joke. Big dicks, they jump high. We get picked first at basketball. We can appreciate fine aged wine way too early. That's a grape drink joke, people. No? Okay. But since there's not a lot of positive black stereotypes, people like to switch teams. Like Michael Jackson, he started off black. He's like, I'm gonna be famous. I'm a moonwalk and shit. White people love that. I'm just gonna be white for a little bit. And then he started like playing with little boys and stuff. And he was like, oh no, I need the support of a strong black community. And I don't know about you, but he turned back black. And I just can't respect a renegger. No. And Michael Jackson, we don't want him back on our team. It's terrible. Like, I would send my kid to Subway to have a chicken bacon Neverland Ranch before I let him go hang out with Michael Jackson. I mean, Jesus Christ. I would let my newborn child be held by Michael J. Fox before I let him listen to any goddamn Michael Jackson music. Oh, it's the worst thing you do, because I love kids. Kinda. Like, just kinda. My kid has a peanut allergy. Tyler, I met your kid. Give him the cereal. And he's like, Cam, you think that's funny? You always make fun of kids. Is that pretty funny? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty funny. It's not going to be too funny when you have kids. Trust me, I won't. He's like, bet you will. I was like, I won't. I bet you I won't. He's like, I bet you will. I was like, what do you want to? He's like, what do you want to bet? Well, let's go ahead and bet $500 to cover the cost. No? Okay, I lost you on that one. I guess I'm not going to do any Jesus jokes tonight. No? Are we okay for Jesus jokes? Is this that type of crowd? Okay, so now that we know the Supreme Court and all that shit happened, right? Like gay people, they can vote now or whatever they do. And I love gay people because there's not that many, like, there's too many people on earth. So, like, if there's more gay people, there's less kids. It's great. The lines at Chipotle will be so much shorter. And thank you, people who enjoy a nice less than $15 first date. Shout out to Tinder. But I realized with all this, like, gayness in the air, and I'm loving it, I realized Jesus was gay. Hear me out. He didn't have kids, and we've all been broke, right? You drink PBR, not Jesus. He drank wine, even as a broke man. I don't know about you. That's a pretty gay quality. Like, he was a carpenter, first member of the Village People. Shout out to Jesus. How did we not know when he hung out with 12 dudes and did magic tricks all goddamn day? My favorite quality about Jesus, he was a Jew. We still talk about how good he saves. Boom! Frugal jokes. It's not that bad to be Jewish. Now, shout out to the Jews, gays, all those people. Now, I legally changed my name to Cam F. Awesome. Pretty cool idea, right? Because I'm a child with adult-like resources. I just do whatever I felt like doing when I was 12. And life's been amazing. Except for, like, airport checks. Or when I get pulled over and the cop has to look you in the eye and call you Mr. Awesome. It's pretty great. But the The biggest issue I had with change my name is I went to the bank the other day, and I was like, I just did it. I was excited to tell people about my name change, and so I walked in the bank, proud. I gave the bank teller my thing. She's like, Cam F. Awesome. That's awesome. I bet you never heard that before. And I bet you never heard that before hurts me more than anything because I don't know what to respond to. But she gave it to like the bank teller next to me, like, oh, that dude's last name's awesome. And she's like, yeah. And she told the dude she was servicing, not like servicing, but like giving him his money, whatever. And he was like a 65-year-old white dude, white hair, very grumpy looking, like the dude from that balloon movie, Up. And he looked at me, he's like, you changed your last name to Awesome? You disrespect your family? You throw away your culture, your heritage? You spit in your parents' face? Do you need attention that much? And I had a moment where I could have done a lot of things. And I chose to tell him what was really, really inside of me. And I told him, before my name was Cam F. Awesome, my name was Lenroy Thompson Jr. I was named after my father who molested me and my brother until I was 12 years old. Bank was silent, took my money, I got the fuck out of there. Now, I don't have a brother and I never met my father, but that dude felt like shit, right? Yeah, fuck him, stay out of my goddamn business. Kansas City in the house? Woo! What part? By the airport. Right by the beach. Right by the beach. Now, I live in Kansas City. A lot of people are like, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, what's the difference? There's a difference. There's a goddamn difference. Missouri. Okay, look at it like this. The whole Kansas City area, Kansas City, Missouri, we have power and light. We have an hour more of drinking. We have all this cool stuff. If it was a girl, that would be the pussy. Can you guess what Kansas is? Let that one sink in. Not. But yeah, if you get drunk enough, you can enjoy that too. So shout out to Kansas. Shout out to Kansas. People say, Cam, you're a boxer. You're not supposed to drink. But fuck that, I do. You guys drinking tonight? Yeah. And I'm not one of those people like, hey, I'll take one beer and I'll just take ice water for the rest of the night. That's stupid to me. I drink to get drunk. It doesn't taste good, but it gets the job done. It makes me feel better. I'm a great dancer when I'm drunk. Saying I'm going to have one drink and have ice water for us tonight, it's like saying I'm going to masturbate, but I'm only going to stroke my dick 3 times. And then put it in ice water. Like, I want my drinks like I like my Mexican day laborers. I like them strong and cheap, and I'll take as many little motherfuckers as I can to get that job done. But I draw the line at drinking. Like, heroin, no. Like, heroin, there's no heartfelt stories like Jim and Kate. They got married, had kids. Jim started doing heroin. He's winning. No, it's like Jim and Kate, they got together. Jim's doing heroin. He's losing. Losing his job, losing his car, losing his teeth, and now losing his anal virginity because heroin is so good it would turn a straight man gay. And I don't deserve, well, maybe I don't know. But no one deserves something that good. And no one wants to acknowledge it that someone does heroin and leaves their family behind because heroin is better than your family. Let that sink in. And I don't deserve something that good. I go to Chipotle, I make my order, I get to the end of the line, I'm like, do I deserve guacamole today? No, I woke up at noon, rubbed one out, and wrote a joke about guacamole and heroin. And I don't smoke weed because I'd get high and get the guacamole anyway. All right? But one of my biggest pet peeves, like cigarettes. I hate cigarettes. And I got so excited when the e-cigarette came about, right? Like people could smoke inside. It was cool. I was so excited for that. But then I realized that smoke comes out of the e-cigarette. Why? Do you need to publicize your smoking like we're 15 in the gym locker room in high school? No. And someone said, well, you got to replicate the product 100%. You got to replicate a product 100%. Let me ask you a question. Would you put a navigational system in your kid's big wheel truck? Murph, would you put a wedding ring on your mistress? Would you get a dildo that came too quick, snored, fell asleep, and drank all your Mountain Dew? No, we don't need to replicate products 100%. Every time I see someone inhale and I see that red dot, I hope it's the ghost of Chris Kyle out there with a sniper rifle shooting douchebags in the face. If you want to replicate something 100% so bad, why don't you go to a local karaoke bar, sing some Whitney Houston songs, go home and take a bath. My name's Cam F. Awesome. Thank you for your time.
I think maybe you should quit your day job and do this instead, Cam. That was awesome. I mean, what can I say? Wow, that was really cool. Well, our next comedian is very near and dear to my heart. He is a 2-term Army veteran of the Vietnam War. And he is somebody who actually takes the time to chronicle all of the medals, the higher medals at least, that military people have earned, because the Department of Defense doesn't even do that. This guy spends a lot of hours on his own time. Google him sometime. You'll be impressed with all he does for our veterans. Let's give it for my husband, Doug Sterner.
A comic, I'm not. I'm a motivational speaker. In fact, I'm speaking tomorrow morning at the Veterans Bridge for the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War. Only problem is they told me I've got 4 minutes. Now, telling me to speak and I've got 4 minutes is like asking me to put a bikini on Rosie O'Donnell. I suppose it can be done, but it's going to take a lot of compression and a lot of concentration, and the result may not be too pretty. But then on top of that, Pam says, I want you to do an 8-minute stand-up comedy set. That's not my thing. That's like asking me to take that bikini back off Rosie O'Donnell and fuck her. Some things no man should be asked to do. She said, you're a veteran, I want you on my show. This is like the 3rd time I've done comedy. And I wanted to say no, but I'll tell you, I've had some scary first sergeants in my life, and there ain't one of them going to hold a candle to this woman when she's pissed. Yes, I am a veteran. Army veteran. Real military. Wasn't my first choice. Wanted to be a Marine. Washed out when I passed my IQ test. Despite my jokes and banter about inner services, love them all, really. It's just that we have different command structures and different uniforms and different languages. That's for instance, shit. Shit. We define shit differently. I'm sitting in Vietnam, it's 115 degrees, monsoon rain just soaked me, I got leeches all over my body, and I say, this is shit! And down the trail comes a Marine Corps squad that's been out for 2 weeks, haven't shit, showered, and shaved or bathed. Their uniforms are ragged. They've been fighting through ambush after ambush, and they say, God, I love this shit. And the Lieutenant JG on the ship, 6 miles offshore, says, oh, I got to interrupt dinner to go lob some shells in there to support the Army guys. Oh, this is shit. And back at Da Nang, the Air Force colonel is sitting in his office on the phone saying, the air conditioning's out, what's with this shit? And then, of course, our missions are different. For instance, you walk up to an Army or Marine Corps sergeant and say, secure that building. And you're going to see wire going up around it with little cans with rocks in it, and Claymore mines out in front. And if it's an Army squad as opposed to a Marine Corps squad, the Claymores will be pointing the right direction. Maybe a machine gun tower on the roof. Walk up to a Navy guy. Say, secure that building. Turns off the lights, turns on the alarm, locks the door, and goes home. Building secured! Tell an Air Force NCO, secure that building. The next morning he's at the local realtor getting a 5-year lease with an option to buy. Building secured, probably going to get mowed down to make a freaking golf course. But despite the way I tease the different branches of service, love them all, but war has changed. In my day, it was a totally different thing. I mean, we had guys that told you, you can either go to jail or join the Army. Nowadays, if you got a ticket for pissing behind the 7-Eleven after the last time you drank too much and couldn't find a bathroom, and you got a record, you're not eligible to get in. Now, I'm telling you, folks, if I'm in a foxhole in enemy territory, who do you think I want behind my back? The scholar from Harvard with the thick glasses that wouldn't fart in public? Or the gangbanger from Chicago that's got a rap sheet for violence as long as my arm. Yeah, women in combat. Now, I'm not so sure that's such a good idea myself. I mean, you know, we had to worry about RPGs and Desert Storm. They had to worry about WMDs. Today's soldier in the field has to worry about PMS. And that's dangerous to friend and foe alike. But let them go and serve. In my day, you know, they were reluctant to send married men because they knew they had all the fight taken out of them. But they used to draft you. You've heard about people talk about their draft number? Well, there were draft numbers. There were actually 5 of them. Let's see, there was rich, influential, senator's son, married with dependents, draft this motherfucker. And that's who was sent. But that's how our military has changed. And our leadership. We've always had civilian leadership. Used to be, even though we had civilian leadership, our presidents were all veterans, had served in wars, all the way from Truman up through the first Bush. Nowadays, we don't see that anymore. The civilian leadership of our military, the military experts, are now the TV commentators that all know what the military should be doing. In fact, they've got a whole channel that is military experts. Fox News. You know, sometimes there's 2 words that shouldn't be used together in the same sentence. We call them oxymorons. Fox News is one of them. Little Giant, the one we all know, military intelligence. Yeah. Or marital sex. President Trump. Seriously though, I'm proud to have served, to live in the home of the brave, the land of the free, where I can do what I want to except maybe put a black face on my son for Halloween. Or fly a Confederate flag. But then why in the hell would I want to do that? Get over it, rebels, you lost! Thank you for having me.
Wow, let's give it one more time for Doug Sterner. Wow, still serving our veterans even today, which is really totally amazing. The stories he can tell you about people and what they've done is just totally amazing. Okay. Well, our next comedian also comes from Colorado Springs. He is currently serving what branch of service? What branch of service do you think he's serving in? The Army! Let's give it up for Joshua Bush!
Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. Anyways, I'm feeling fresh today. I'm feeling motherfucking fresh in my red, white, and blue. Feel like a motherfucker. Feel fly like a bald eagle, son. Someone outside came up to me and was like, "Man, you look patriotic as hell. I want to take you and hang you in my front porch." I was like, then I realized these are Confederate colors too, so you know, I get it. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. I'm getting old. I'm getting older. I'm getting old. I'm getting to that point where like I have regrets in my life. Like I feel like I haven't done enough, you know. Like I know I look young, but I'm actually 22. I remember 11 years ago, when I was 11, I had so many aspirations in life. I wanted to be a rocket scientist. I wanted to be a nuclear physicist. I wanted to be a sports car driver. I wanted to be a porn star, fucking 15 bitches at the same time. That's what I wanted in life. Like I imagine myself even meeting the president sometime. Like I'd be in the Oval Office. The president brings me on stage. He's like, I wanted to thank you for coming out here. I want to introduce you to someone I truly respect. His name's Joshua Bush. He's a race car driver / astronaut slash nuclear physicist, slash porn star. Hook me up with some hoes, Josh. We actually played Halo in the back. He raped me. I just got raped at Halo. Thank you. Another thing about myself, I'm taking classes right now. I'm taking advantage of that GI Bill. I'm taking online classes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I care about my future. Thank you. What's your name? Sherry. I'm not gonna lie, Sherry, your laughter belongs in the comedy club. Like, I couldn't hear that shit on my front porch at like 1 a.m. I would think there would be a clown with a chainsaw ready to attack me. Like, you have that kind of laugh. It's a good thing. Stay in a comedy club, just saying. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm taking online classes. Online classes is hard because I get my school from the same place I get my cat videos and my bukkake porn. And it's so hard to stay focused. Like, I have to make ultimatums. Like, do I want to study geopolitics, or do I want to look at these pictures of Morgan Freeman's face photoshopped on cats? Do I want to study English, or do I want to watch these twerk videos? Twerk, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm getting to a point in life where I can't stand rap music, because they don't talk about me. Like, I don't feel like rap music is written for my demographic, you know? Like, if they made a song that goes like, I just woke up in a new 2009 Kia Rio, then that would be my life. That's me. Like, I don't relate to a lot of the shit. Like, I don't sell crack to supplement my income. I don't pass money to strippers as they wag their booties on the dance floor. Like, that's not me. Like, I'm getting to a point now where I relate more to old Disney songs, old racist Disney songs, than I do rap music. Like, start with straight shots and then pop bottles, pour it on the mouth, shut a bitch, swallow. That's not me. Zippity doo dah, zippity day, that's my life right there. That's how I live my life. I'll clue you into some stuff. I'll clue you in. You might not have noticed this, but I'm tall and I'm black. That's my self-defense mechanism. Like, I don't fight. I'm not a fighter. Not a good fighter. If Kanye West and I were to fight right now, it just looked like a asshole rapper beating up Don King. Like, that's what it'd be look like. I learned that I couldn't fight when I was in middle school. I had a little Mexican friend. We were at gym, and it was right before we were going to lunch. Bell rings, I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you at lunch. He's like, all right, see you too. I'm like, peace. He's like, peace, my nigga. And it cut me somehow, because I'm light-skinned, and I feel I feel the need to defend my blackness. Like, I feel the need to prove that I'm black. So I was like, no, I'm gonna have to kick your ass, right? You ever got hit so hard that you change your personality? Because I went from proud Zulu warrior to neurotic Jew in a millisecond. Like, you know, I'll kick your ass. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Let's go to lunch. I have a bagel. You want a croissant? Let's have a croissant, sir. It was amazing. I'm realizing now that I'm behind the bus. I've been looking into joining a gang. I need to join a gang because I am statistically 6 years late. Like, I should have joined a gang when I was 16. I need to join one now. I was looking into one. It's a really nice gang. All right, so the colors are blue. They roll around with 9 mils. No one does shit. They pull you over and take your money. Nobody does shit. They beat you down, stomp you, shoot you in the middle of the street. Nobody does shit. And they call these people the police. AKA 50 woo woo. You know what I mean? Don't represent for the, no one likes that shit? Oh, really? My bad. Guess Black Lives do matter. I'm so sorry. You look like you're enduring this shit. Like, these jokes I'm killing you emotionally. I'm sorry. She's just like, I have a white friend who wanted to get me out to do stuff. He was like, "Hey, you wanna go camping?" I was like, "Nah, I'm cool." "You wanna go fishing?" "Nah, I'm cool." "You wanna go skydiving?" I live in a mostly white neighborhood, so dangerous to me is walking down the street. Cause it could get risky if I wear a hoodie. One trick I do is I take a hoodie and I put a blazer over it. And cops don't know what to think. They pull over and they're like, is this a terrible hoodlum or a domesticated Negro? I can't tell. Is he a Cornel West type? What is this?" Let me see. So I'm starting to mature in life too. I'm starting to mature in the way I see women. Women to me are now more of investments. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I used to look at the women and be like, "Ooh, damn, look at them titties. I'm gonna take them titties and take her to a lake, have a motorboat party." You know what I mean? Now I look at women and I sort of think those titties will probably want to go for a lobster and a steak dinner. I can't afford that right now. If I wait till the first of the month, I can take her out. Them titties are gonna have to wait. I'm more in the ballpark for like a Hot Pocket and a movie at my place. Like that's toward titties I want. They be low hanging titties, but hey, you know, I'll make do of them. I have one more joke, then I'm gonna leave. I'm realizing now that I'm becoming less and less gangster as days go by. Less and less. As you can tell, I'm not the gangster type. I'm getting to a point where I'm less gangster than most white women. Like I was having an argument with my girlfriend over the phone. She was on my ass. She was saying some shit. I said some shit. She said some shit. I said something about her pussy. She said something about my dick. I said something about my dick. She said something about my dick. It was a long conversation. Then she said something that I couldn't wrap my head around. I didn't know how to answer. She said, "What makes you think you're so good that I can't break up with you?" And I started panicking. I looked at my phone, I was like, shit, what am I gonna say? Then I turned to my white friend, her name was Bethany. I was like, "Bethany, take the phone, say something to her." And she took the phone, she was like, "All right, type something in." And gave the phone back to me. I was like, "Thank you, Bethany. You have salvaged this relationship." I look at the phone and it says, "Bitch, cause I'm a G." I was like, "What the fuck you doing, Bethany? What the fuck is this?" She was like, "Well, Josh, you have to understand, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks." I was like, "Damn, Bethany." So now I'm like on the fence, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna say to salvage this shit? So I typed the one thing that I knew would work every time. I typed in LOLJK. Then I put the smiley face with the tongue sticking out, and it works. Works every time. Anytime you're fucking up, you can put that shit on your best friends. Like, ma'am, what is your name? Susan. Susan, you look like you get mistaken a lot for Wanda Sykes' mother. LOLJK. Like, sir, lonely dude in the back, what's your name, man? You, with the hat, yeah. Huh? Dan. Dan, you look like the professor from Jurassic Park. LOLJK. Doug, what's up, man? You look like a stoner. No LOLJK, I'm just pointing the obvious. All right, see ya. Thanks, y'all. It's been great. It's been swell.
Let's give it up one more time. Still serving, Joshua Bush. Awesome. Our next comedian spent 10 years in the Army and currently serves veterans in a civilian role at Fort Carson. But not only was he in the Army, but his wife is currently serving. Now here's the deal. He was Sergeant E5. His wife is Master Sergeant. Yeah. I just want to be in their bedroom sometime to see what the hell is going on. From Colorado Springs, let's give it up for Robert Washington.
Well, how y'all doing today? Pam, you make that easy for me. I do all the push-ups. That's all to it. I do all the push-ups. She got the rank, she tell me what to do, and I'm good with it, because it makes life easy. I learned that. The military taught me a lot about order, hierarchies, discipline, all kind of stupid stuff. You know, it didn't really work out with my natural lifestyle. I came in, I'm a kid from Ferguson. Now it's somebody in my area yelling. No, I'm actually from Ferguson. Notice the St. Louis stuff. And yeah, I actually grew up right there on those streets. Whole family still live there. But, you know, coming into the military, I didn't speculate that I was going to have 3,000 to 5,000 bosses at one time, yelling and barking orders. It just didn't make sense to me from my natural lifestyle. But I did well. I learned how to bite my tongue and think that, you know, you guys are angry assholes. You know, that's really what's wrong with you. You know, we got terminology in the military they call a blue falcon or, we got some military people, you know what a buddy fucker is. You know what I'm saying? Now I know we got some veterans in the building. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to wait to see. I was going to bounce a cadence off for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit you. They say that in the Army, the child is mighty fine. Who said that? I know it's some veterans in the house. Yeah. So now y'all know what to say. See what I'm saying? So here we go. They say that in the Army, the child is mighty fine. Who said that? Say that in the Army, the child is mighty fine. Who said that? In the Army, the child is mighty fine. Now what they say? The chicken jump off the table and started walking time. Yes! See, that's all I was looking for, man. Because to be honest, really, I salute the veterans, for real. I always got to get serious for a minute before I really crack jokes. My jokes going to come out of the truth. You know what I'm saying? It is hard to be a veteran. It's hard to serve in the military. Hats off to anybody that ever attempt. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. It'll stretch you away from your family. It'll change your life. Trust me, it helped grow me up. So it was a good thing, but it's one of them things that was a damn good thing. You know, and I use the term loosely because just coming up, I saw so much evil, so much craziness while in the boots. You know, again, you got Sergeant just can't be happy around. He walking around the motor pool, he furious about everything. His wife tripping, his this messed up, he got $8,000 in child support and I'm only an E6, you know what I'm saying? And he just walking around the motor pool, oh man, do this, do that. He just on you, man, and you like, dude, college money? I came here for some college money, bro. This is just a job. Don't kill me because I didn't mop the floor right. I'm doing it again, okay? But, you know, you get all kind of characters like that in the military. You know, you get, hey, Sergeant Know-It-All. Everybody met him. You got probably about 5 or 6 of them. Hell, I grew up to be one. Hey, I did. I walked around. I knew what was going on. I could teach the young guys. But my problem now is I want a stipend. I want to go to the Veterans Association and say, hey, you guys need to pay me. Because I came around, I was a nice guy. I taught people, I helped people. I had some morals and values. I don't fucking belong in the Army.
But the reality is I took it seriously and I did a good job and I gave it my all. So really the biggest thing I want to do is give a shout out to everybody that ever supported me. Again, Sergeant Asshole was there. He was present. He was on his job. And there was a whole bunch of them. It's like they were all lining up to be this guy. And I just wanted to, be here, go to work, do what I'm supposed to do, go home. That's it. You guys are really, really serious about this. I mean, it's 30 days. We in the field. I smell like hell. This stinks. This sucks. This, that. And then you running around acting crazy. You acting plumb crazy like, hey, I got problems too. What's wrong with you, dog? What's wrong with you? But that's just that's the reality because you're dealing with people. So, I'm happy to be a veteran. Not only is my wife serving, my daughter is too. Yeah, I feel sorry for her. I know, because she's finna come up against a whole bunch of sergeant assholes, sergeant verbally abusive, sergeant crazy, mad because, he didn't get a scholarship, or some officer that's like that. It's just all the crazy people that you encounter in the military. Yeah, but it's good though. Again, the Army has been a great lifestyle. It made a man out of me. I support my child being in it. I support my wife being in it. It was really, really good. I met more great people than the bad people, and that's just the thing that I like the accent about it. And that's why I still work for the Army. I don't stand for all their values. I hate some of their bull. And I really, really wish they'd pay me a lot more money. That's just the truth, because I am a person that, try to give and try to help people. But some people in there is just, they're hard to help. That's just how we think. You come in there, like I said, you think, hey, all these people going to be telling me what to do. But then I'm rebellious and crazy. And you spend all your time trying to be therapeutic with the people who got the most problems. So I understand everybody in the military, even my man right here, if he doing an active duty, you got to understand his stance on why his comedy is like it is, why he think like he do, because it's hard to be a guy that's in there trying to be fun, and then you dealing with people that's just trying to make it hell. What's up, man? What you got?
My advice, just take the dick right there. Take the dick. Just take the dick.
See, that sounds like the same-sex marriage formula, bro. It's rough for me. It's rough for me. Here it is. This is why I got a problem. I wasn't going to touch on it. But I remember going to the shower after being in the field for 30 days or something. You out somewhere where there's a shower. And then you go to take a shower, and then somebody that work with you, your boss or something, they just come in there. You trying to take a bath, hurry up, wash up, get out of there. They come in there talking about work. Work. We standing here butt naked, nipple to nipple. I don't want to talk to you about work. I'm trying to clean up and get out of here. So now we fast forward to now everybody's openly whoever they want to be. And I don't knock it, but that's just serious in the shower to me. I didn't like my platoon sergeant talking to me about some vehicle not working. So I don't want this environment going on. I'm just sorry. I'm old school, man. I joined the Army in 1992, man. I'm an old head. But that's my time, y'all. I appreciate y'all letting me come out. I had fun, just getting my feet wet in the comedy game, but I'm happy that y'all listen to me. All right, thank you.
He is all the way from Denver. He is a veteran, and I left my notes over there on the bench, but I know he has a lot of family that's veterans. I'm going to try to remember it. He has a brother, I believe, that served in Vietnam. His mother served in the Korean War. Wow, let's give it up for that. I mean, yeah, women didn't serve back then, so that's crazy. His dad, I believe, also served in the military. This is a very proud military family. Let's give it up all the way from Denver. Marco Alvarado.
Whoa! I thought I told you to wait in the truck. Okay, I'm kidding. Hi, how you doing? I am the Mexican Mustang, the taco of macho, the relleno of romance, the enchilada of erotica, the burrito of bravado, the chimichanga of desire, the double thick pile high melted steaming tostada of testosterone, the pinto pony, the Mexican burro, the flamingo of food stamps. The Chihuahua of fury, the guacamole of excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, me, the Mexican Mustang, Marco Antonio Alvarado. Boy, after that charade, how many think I'm just a big chorizo, huh? Okay. Nice to be out here, folks. Give it up for everybody you've seen so far tonight. They really, all the veterans and all that, man, that's pretty cool. That's how come I came all the way down here from Denver for this, was simply because it was a veteran thing. When I was in the service, I was a major. A fuck up, but I was a general. I did get in a little trouble. I was in the Navy. The true story, I was a boatswain's mate in the Navy, and they hung me over the side of the ship to touch up the numbers, and I was a little hungover from the NCO club the night before, and I actually did this. You know, United States ships are, they're gray, they're all gray with the white lettering, and I painted in big red primer paint for sale on the side of oh, you had to be there. I got in trouble for that. I had to go to captain's mess, and I still got an honorable discharge, all that good stuff, so that was good. I wasn't going to say this joke, folks, but it really is a cute joke. If you're 55 years of age or older, you'll probably get this. If you're not going to get it. But I'm going to say it anyway because it's just so cute. You know what December 7th is? Every year? Pearl Harbor Day, right? We got bombed by Pearl Harbor, the Japanese, World War II. And I know a guy, he's a friend of mine. He's half black, half Japanese, okay? But he's also dyslexic. So every December 7th, he attacks Pearl Bailey. So I just thought it was cute. See, if you're over 55, the rest of you are looking at me like I'm on my fucking medications or something. Anyway, that's how that goes. I've toured a lot overseas for the troops. I've done 7 overseas tours on 14 foreign countries on 4 continents of the world. I'm pretty proud of that. Did that. Thank you. Actually, that's where I got this cap. This was presented to me, and this is a real UN forces cap. You won't see many of these in country. You'll see a lot of this like on CNN, those kind of things. That's a real McCoy. That was presented to me in Mogadishu, Somalia, Africa in '93. I made a movie about a Black Hawk Down, if you guys ever seen that, Ridley Scott, but that's the first time I've worn this in a long time. And I also got my original dog tags. I'm proud to say these still fit me. I'm a dog, shut up. But I don't do drugs, though. I don't do drugs. You know that, we've all heard that saying before, haven't we? Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Yeah, oh. Someone here from security, Colorado? Anyway, now, I'm over, you know what happened? I'm over 55. You know what happens when you get over 55 years of age? Sex, drugs, or rock and roll magically overnight turns into fat chance, Alka-Seltzer, lazy boy recliner. That's just where I'm at in my life right now. See those ads on TV against cocaine? This guy gets on TV, a national ad against cocaine, and says something like this. I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost my wife. I was giving blowjobs in alleyways just to get enough money to buy cocaine. I'm listening to this, and I'm thinking, damn, he lost his car? See, thank you for those of you that got that. All right, on the way, I think my drug dealer's trying to shortchange me. I said, are you sure these are Percocet? These are, those are Percocet. No, this one's shaped like a dinosaur. And this one looks like Fred Flintstone. I don't know. Yeah, I'm also a member of MAD. You know what the organization MAD is here in the state of Colorado? Yep. What? Mothers Against Drunk Driving? No, it's Mexicans Against Digging Ditches. I started that, folks. I even got the bumper stickers to prove it. Right there. There you go. Actually, I'm half Mexican, half Jewish. Yeah. Yeah, well, my dad was a migrant stockbroker. So, it's one of those things that had to be there. I was real honored to do the commencement address for the graduating class of my old alma mater. Really, about a month ago, the commencement address of the college. I gave that. It was pretty cool. Well, it was a Colorado School of Bartending, and well, half of them were drunk. You know, one of them threw up on me. It's a long story. You had to be there anyway. But with the economy nowadays like it is, being really bad, being a comedian, I always go out and get the proverbial day job. I'm not very good at it, though. I got a job at in Denver. It was a place called the Dollar Store. Everything for $1. You got those here in Pueblo? Yeah. What are they called here? Dollar Store. Yeah. I worked there on commission, and man, that just sucked. It did. Just not good with life's weird though. I mean, and I'm single too. I'm single now. But you know what I did? I got that new pill. It's a male enhancement pill, folks. Take this pill and it enhances your chorizo by 2 inches. And I took it, and guess what? It worked. It worked. It did. But now I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with the 2.5-inch chorizo. You know, I don't want to scare the women or anything. You know, I live in downtown Denver up there, and right in the heart of the city. And you know, we always get the panhandlers and the prostitutes and all that stuff. I had some lady, true story, walked up to me last week asking for spare change. I was in a bad mood. I said, "No habla inglés." Right? She starts to speak to me in Spanish. I'm like, damn it. I finally got exasperated and said, "Hey, I don't speak any Spanish either." I'm like, damn it. So we're dating now. Then I saw another woman. Do they have them here in Pueblo, folks? The cardboard signs, will work for food, that kind of thing. You have it here, really? Oh, man. It's spreading. It's like a disease. True story in Denver, I saw a woman. She wasn't that bad looking either. Either that or I was drunk. I don't know. Anyway, but she had a sign up that said, "Will have sex for food." Really? I'm a nice, compassionate person. No, I am. So I picked her up, fucked her, and dropped her off at a food bank. So that's, what can I say? I Jose'd her. Okay, no, anyway. My sex life sucks. It does. My last girlfriend, I mean, life's weird to begin with. I mean, like as a kid, I hated spankings. Now I'm an adult, and I love them. They're not so bad, really. My last girlfriend wanted to go bungee jumping. Anybody here ever bungee jump? Anybody? What do you guys do for Pueblo for fun? Anyway, what do you guys do down here? You're here. I danced for you. I used to be an all-nude male dancer. Did I tell you that, Pamela? I did. I used to be an all-nude male dancer. Well, they fired me for making women squint. You know, it's a bad joke. It's a joke, okay? It's a joke, folks. Hey, a little bit goes a long way, okay? Huevos con chorizo. Okay, anyway, for those of you that know Spanish, a little bit of Spanish. What was I talking about? I forgot. Oh, yeah. Hey, do we have any Pueblo cops here tonight? None? Oh, good. I hate those fuckers. I don't like Pueblo cops. One time I was here, this is about 10 years ago. I got pulled over by a Pueblo cop. 2 things you don't ever want to say, folks. You get pulled over by a Pueblo cop. I don't care what they pull you over for. Don't ever say one of these 2 things. Number 1, oh, well, man, Jesus Christ, man. Number 2, you know how they take you out, they look at your driver's license and they ask you questions. So what's your occupation, Mr. Alvarado? Well, I'm a comedian right now. That's what I've been. You're a comedian? Yeah, officer, I'm a comedian. Tell me a joke. So my ass is sitting in jail, and you know how they take you out and they make you do the DUI test, walk the line? Yeah, well, I could have got out of the DUI, but the Pueblo cop messed me up as I was walking the line. Yeah, he stepped on my hand. Thank you. I was kind of crawling there a little bit. And what else about myself, about the single life? I travel a lot. I've done that. I went from Boise, Idaho to Denver on a Greyhound bus. Anybody been on Greyhound? Isn't that depressing? The mutants, the derelicts, the idiots you meet on a Greyhound bus. The entire 23-and-a-half-hour trip. The guy sitting in front of me kept going, oh, I got some vodka, want some vodka. Oh, look, I got some tequila, want some tequila. Oh, I got some kick-ass. We just passed the border into Colorado. I got some kick-ass pot. Want some pot? I said, no, thanks, pal. Just keep fucking driving. So that was... just give me. I love that joke. But I'll tell you what, I think life's too short. You really do have to have fun, folks. You really do. And this is really halfway based on a true story. When I was back in my drinking days up in Denver a few years ago, walked up to this prostitute on a Saturday night downtown Denver. Walked up to her with a $100 bill in my hand, and she looked at me and said, "Oh, what's this?" And I looked her straight in the eye and I said, "This is the money you could be saving with Geico, bitch!" And it ran. And that's my time. Thank you. Good night. God bless.
Wow. Yeah, so Margaret was talking about how he takes that little blue wonder pill. My husband also takes that little blue wonder pill, Viagra. I also take a little blue pill called Ambien. Yeah. So I told him, this is going to work out really great. I'll take my little blue pill. You take your little blue pill. As long as you don't wake me up, we'll both be happy. But the next morning, my ass was killing me. I don't know if that was a side effect or what. Our headliner, you're going to love. He's been touring the country. He just recently finished up on the East Coast. He was in Boston, Massachusetts. He was in Kansas City. Yeah, goes to show anybody will perform there. I don't know why. He told me that he is very likely the only disabled Chinese comedian in the United States. Yeah, so you guys lucked out, I'm telling you what. But this guy has a lot of claim to fame, so I'm going to put on my glasses so I can actually see this. He opened for stand-up comedian Brad Williams and Ben Weinbach. Yeah, that's cool. He also was at the World Series of Comedy, the final week in Las Vegas. He has actually passed the Laugh Factory in LA's second audition. That sounds painful. And Takeout Comedy Club in Hong Kong. Not too many of our comedians tonight can actually say that. So let's give it up for our headliner, Steve Lee. Woo!
Give it for your cougar hoes, come on. Give it for her. Give it for yourself for sticking around, come on, yeah. Give it for yourself. And give it for all our veterans serve this country. Yeah. And it's funny, like they hire a headliner who never joined the military. So, a couple months ago, I was very fortunate. There's a big comedy club called Laugh Factory. I passed their second audition. Thank you. And last month, I also won a comedy competition. Thanks for not giving a fuck. Thank you very much. I won because it was a night for disabled comedians, and all the other comedians, they were in wheelchairs, and they couldn't do any stand-up comedy. Not very proud of that one. Not very proud of that one. Do you guys like Top Gun, the movie Top Gun? I love it, man. I love it. I saw it when I was a kid. Because you see Tom Cruise taking off from that fighter jet. You just want to work on an aircraft carrier, right? Anybody work on an aircraft carrier here? No? It would be cool, you know, it would be cool. So I was like dreaming to work on an aircraft carrier. So what do you, like, I know I'm not going to be a fighter pilot because I'm not good looking enough like Tom Cruise. But I still want to work on that flight deck. So what can you do? You can give hand signals to the plane when they fly too low, right? Like, you know, back in the days, they give hand signal to all the fighters. If they fly too low, the fighter is going to crash onto the deck, right? So I was like thinking about it. Oh, I can do that. So I practiced my hand signal day and night. And one night I dreamed about it. So I was in my dream, standing on top of an aircraft carrier, watching Tom Cruise flying back home after he visited his alien Scientologist. So I was standing on top of that carrier, and he's like, all right, Tom, you're coming back home. All right, it's my time to shine, right? Hey, Tom, you're flying too low, man. Fly higher. Fly higher. Higher, not lower. No, you're flying lower. No, that's not lower. No, fly higher, man. No, you're going to crash. No. In my dream, I just killed Tom Cruise. But then Val Kilmer pat on my shoulder, is like, Steve, it's okay. At least he knew it was risky business. All right, that's my time. This joke took about an hour. So I love movies, man. I'm like a big dreamer. I love comic books. Anybody like comic books? X-Men, any X-Men fan in the house? X-Men fan? So X-Men is like the story that I really love because it's about a bunch of people with genetic mutation, right? And every one of them have their own superpower. So after a while, I've been reading that comic book. I was like, wait a minute. I have a form of genetic mutation too. So ladies, you're looking at an X-Man right now. Hey, what's up, bitches? What's up? All right, before I go, you have like bullies when you're a kid? Do you have bullies? So like my bullies were like their line towards me was, hey Steve, look at those ladies' hands. And I got so upset for years until I discovered masturbation. And sometimes I like to wake up and do a little role play. I call my hands Lindsay Lohan's. All right, that's my time. Thank you very much. Give it for your host. Oops.
Wow. I got it. Let's give it up one more time for our friend, Steve Lee. Was he awesome? Wow. One more time for all of our comedians. Let's give it up for all of our veterans, all of our active duty, all of our military families. We love you. We are Pueblo, home of heroes.